Welcome everybody to the podcast. Hope you're having an absolutely lovely day. Let's introduce our people on the crew. But first of all, a big happy Father's Day to those out there who are celebrating, for those who play the father role, the grandparents, the mums, the dads. A big shout out to you. Happy Father's Day. It's Father's Day, I think, in the Southern Hemisphere. I don't know why we split it up. It's a weird little, we always say that every year, why it's strange that Father's Day isn't worldwide. But yeah, welcome. Big shout out to Suno for the intro. Couldn't have done it with AI. We do apologise to all creative people, musicians, and graphic artists. Your careers are now over.
May rest in peace.
R.I.P. May you rest in peace. If you can throw together a song in about 40 seconds in Suno, take about 20 minutes to put a film clip to it, and done and dusted. But welcome everybody to the podcast. Let's introduce the rounds. Firstly, to my left, hooded up, lovely Lady Ponce. Welcome.
Hi, happy to be here.
We're glad you're here, Lady Ponce. Welcome. All suited up and looking quite dapper. Red from the is the owner and founder of the Oceanside RP. Welcome, Red. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for my spot on the podcast. I'm pleased to be here.
I can't wait to dive into a little bit more into your server. Very interesting about the things you've got going on there, the size of the server, population. Yeah, can't wait to dive in and find out a little more. We're actually going to go for a little run after the podcast on the server and check out what it's all about. In front of me, our PvP enthusiast, Mr. Undead Gamer. Welcome.
Howdy. Good to be here. Welcome back.
We appreciate you. And celebrating Father's Day on our right-hand side, Mr. 80KQ. Welcome, bud.
Yeah, good morning. How's everyone?
Not too bad. I see you don't have your fashionistic designer today. You're back in the old uniform.
Yeah, no dress ups today. Thank God for that.
No,
I actually feel like myself again.
that's it. He was looking quite pretty. We were doing a little review
He
of
was, wasn't he?
It was. It was really standing out, putting a big effort. Some of us don't have our own personal dresses here on the podcast. But
Look, I tell you, that stylist cost me a leg, literally. He broke my leg.
I tell you what, I don't know who put me in charge of dressing myself. It wasn't a good idea.
Well,
I'll tell you what then, sweetheart. I'll dress you next week.
That's
How
it.
about that? I'll
it.
be your mum.
you can be Lady Ponce. We'll set out your clothes for you, and you can come in and pick your clothes up off your couch.
Yeah, I'll bring them up here just
The
for
whole
you.
school outfit. Just the school
You.
outfit, you know.
Oh, yes.
The Sunday school suit.
100%.
Yeah.
It's the Peasent Podcast. We're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. Server owners and coders, content creators and streamers, showing off the community with all their features. Issues with updates, someone's mistake, new things they added, angry players it makes. Get in chat, voice your opinion, you're the community, we wanna listen. It's the Peasants Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community. Peasent podcast. We're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. Get in chat, voice your opinion. You're the community, we wanna listen. It's the Peasants podcast, TPP. Putting out the word about the DayZ community.
All right, before we dive into our interview, we're going to run through the server promos. We've managed to gather some of the promo cards for the service we have on our Discord, and we're going to put these up every month. So if you'd like to get your server up here, just all you got to do is drop a poster-style advertisement either in my DMs or in the Peasant Podcast channel for new servers and events, and we can get you up here every week. Stay tuned.
Oh, in his pod.
Like getting hammered for self promo here, getting hammered for self
Unheard
promo.
Unheard of. Unreal.
That's it. It's always good to have a little bit of sway in your own show to be able to promote your own shit.
It's a good thing to have.
Well, we went through the proper channels, and everyone here at TPP agreed that Greedy should be able to advertise his own server on his own podcast. So it was a unanimous vote.
Unanimous.
That's it. I put my hand up. Done.
While we're probably on the promo thing,
The only
I have
member that
noticed
carries.
a few things being put out lately. Mr. Receding Man is trying to hand ownership of 8 over to people, and he's taking applications to find someone suitable to take over from ownership.
Yeah, Mr.
Amazing play.
Well, Mr. Receding Man, he's got a nice little call there at 8, but I think he's
I know.
I think he's had enough of the DayZ world and has moved on to more of the variety streamer. So hopefully someone can pick up the reins of 8 and pick it back up. That's a non-based building server. Gets a good run, but if you're into the server ownership world, it can be quite difficult. It's a lot of time consuming, especially playing in new events, and it's nearly a full-time job, as we talk about every week. So, fingers crossed someone can get there. So if you are interested in taking over 8, go see the Receding Man on his Discord. Right, let's dive into our little interview. Mr. Red, the founder and owner of Oceanside RP. Oceangate's a hard war. Is it Oceangate or Ashgate? See, I went onto the Discord.
No.
It was Oceanside.
No, it's Oceangate now.
It's
Sorry, Oceanside.
So it used to be called Ashgate, but it got rebranded
Nice.
and it got moved. So this season, right now, it is Oceanside. We are called Oceanside RP.
Oceanside RP, Hardward City RP. Can you tell us a little bit about
Exactly.
the server and a little bit about the lore?
technically, the lore, pretty much we are in a very desolate wasteland based off The Walking Dead. We are going for that style of the wasteland, so we're making it very not extremely hard, but sort of hard to live in the wasteland. So that pushes the people and encourages them to come up into our city. And technically, our city is the only safe haven from all of the desolate chaos that is happening outside. And there is also I've seen servers like this before, but what I have in the wasteland, I have a special faction in the wasteland that are like monsters. They're like a server-owned faction, and they're like cannibals. They like to terrorize people around. So that gives them one more reason for people to come in the city. So
Nice.
wasteland is dangerous, but technically it is a high risk, high reward because we do have bunkers and we do have locked containers that you can find the keys for and grab high value loot. So the wasteland is a high risk, high gain type of thing.
Nice. That's an interesting little ploy that you have I suppose a employed faction that out to terrorize anybody and everyone out in the wasteland. I suppose that brings a lot of fear factor for your players.
Exactly, yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That's hectic.
But
I've never heard of a server that's actually got a roaming faction that's out there allowed to let loose. I'm sure there's plenty of factions that applied for that one.
oh yeah, definitely, you would be shocked. But starting from the start, you asked me about the lore. It is it is 2014 now
Yep.
in the lore, but circa late 2013, my character, Raymond Reddington, Chancellor Raymond Reddington, he constructed the city with a strong workforce behind me that I used, and the strong workforce now is pretty much the OSF. Oceanside was born as a sovereign, militarized city-state planned for survival, designed for dominance. The infected were burned, the lawless were executed. The weak were turned away at the gates. Within its walls, order returned, not democracy, control. Chancellor Raymond established himself as a leader, commander, and chief architect of the city's future and decisions. He ran the city based on the people and everything inside it. Oceanside today. Oceanside is a secure and prosperous city, and one of the most advanced settlements to ever exist, post-fall world of the infected and crippled economy. Behind towering stone walls and sealed perimeter zones, it offers what no other settlement has seemed to. Stability, infrastructure, a stable security force to defend it, an opportunity for those who earn it.
Very nice. Very, very nice. It's good to see that it's got a solid lore and flow of the server. Can we start with the application? The application was pretty chill. When I went through the application, I've been through a few applications for RP service. What are you looking for to get from the application itself?
From the application itself, I'm not looking to get that much because I'm looking to only get the necessary strict, like to get to know the player and to get to know that they are not going to cause problems and they're not problem makers.
Yep.
Because I have noticed with other servers, they tend to exaggerate a lot with their application. And that pretty much, on a personal matter, it discomforts me. And I think it discomforts other people as well because when you want to play a server and the application has 79 questions, then you're kind of not that convinced anymore. I think people can relate to what I'm saying here.
A lot of people find it, we get a lot of feedback that a lot of people find long applications, if they're not used to the RP world, very tedious to get into. You know, most servers don't have an application to get into, whereas an RP server does have an application. What type of player are you looking for? Do they have to be RP experienced? Do they have to be, are they sort of along the lines of RP, or can they be brand new, fresh?
Well, brand new, fresh, pretty much really everyone is welcome in my server. Even PvPers are welcome in my server. Even people who don't play RPs, because we have the wasteland for the people who don't like role playing. We have the wasteland. In the
Yep.
wasteland, we have many KOS zones, and those KOS zones PvP is encouraged. So you can still have some fun action, and then when you're tired of that fun action, you can go inside of the city and actually role play and have some fun.
And have a
And
cool down and chat. I do find that quite often with
I,
safe zones and stuff like that. It does give the players, even the PvPers, the hardcore PvPers, a chance to be able to just stop and chill and resupply and get back out there.
of course, yeah, but my city isn't completely a safe zone, greedy. My city is just like the security force is there. They do a very good job, but again, crime is allowed. Like our crime RP is allowed. Like killing is allowed. Again, it's a stable flow and it's a stable balance between criminals and the OSF because again, crime is more especially I have conducted the research and crime in my server at least it happens more in the wasteland than inside.
Yeah, nice. You've got a little bit of control inside your city. I do find with those walled-in city that it seems like 99% of the population are criminals. There's never any Joe and Jan just getting on with their life, setting up a little house and having a little farm. It's everybody's running around robbing everybody else. Do you find that happens in your servers, or do you have stable people who do jobs or businesses or?
Well, we have sort of the we have both examples of what you just said. But me
Yep,
personally, on a personal note, I encourage the chilling aspect of the things, and I also encourage the business part.
yep.
And for those watching out here, like I encourage businesses. I encourage a lot of the businesses, entrepreneurships. I'm all for that.
See, that's cool. That helps develop your city and build your, I suppose, the internal community. You said you got a security force. Can you tell us a little bit about the security force?
Well, the security force essentially it is a police force combined, but it is also military. So it is a militarized police that their main duties are, of course, protecting the city, patrolling around and making sure no crimes are happening, but also their sort of main task is operating the gates, the border. So they will open up the gates, they would retain you, they would handcuff you, and then search you for contraband. If they have contraband, it is going to be confiscated. If it's severe contraband, such as drugs, such as pox, etc., you would be detained and arrested for possession of that.
Shit.
But essentially, we are lenient with like guns and stuff like that, and we just tell the people to leave them outside, and then they can come in the city without the contraband because we understand. We as a government in the city, we understand that you must protect yourself with contraband items outside because we have a boosted population of zombies. Are a big threat.
Yep.
So we understand the people who carry around big guns. So we just tell them, hey, leave them outside.
Just
When
leave them
you return
outside.
back, you
Don't bring
have
them in
it.
the city. Okay, so it's not the point that they are
Exactly.
banned within the land. They're more banned within the city.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Come in. Bring your pistol with you, but no R12 and a dirty sniper rifle on your back.
Correct. Correct.
Apart from the walled city, what's your favourite spot in the server?
My favorite spot would be the Jesus statue that I have.
Where is that located?
It is located on the hilltop, behind the city that has the forest and the apartment blocks. behind Cherno, like it's very close to Cherno.
Oh,
It's
nice.
on the hilltop.
Yep. So you
Because I am a Christian and I do love Jesus and I do love God, and even in this game, my faith is large. So
Nice.
when I'm feeling down, when I'm tired of everything, I just come in there and just meet.
Have a little one-on-one session with the big dude.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. And certain ownership can drive you to God. That is definitely 100%. Drive you up the wall, but it can definitely drive you to God.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You
so,
are correct.
are there any hidden secrets that players can find?
Yes, there are many hidden secrets, such as point of interest, a lot of point of interest. The let's say the main hidden secrets are the bunkers, which hold the most valuable loot that a civilian can find, other than the security force and the government, of course.
Yep.
The two bunkers that we have hold the most valuable loot that any civilian can take if they find the punch card. And the punch card can be found in permanent gas zones.
Nice. So there is a certain flow to the server on how to obtain high tier loot. Can you tell us a little bit more about the flow? So where I start, where I should go, what sort of path I should try and take to try and get the best of the best.
Well, Pat, I do recommend the coast. I think everyone recommends the coast on here, but our main stuff, like the POIs, everything, it happens in the north side of the map.
Yep.
That's where we have the bunk. That's where we have the goodies. And did I mention the locked containers that we have, really? Because our locked containers are also very interesting. They do not carry the same amount of very extremely valuable loot, but each lock container has its own theme. For example, there's a lock container for growing cannabis.
Nice.
That you can find seeds, you
Yep.
can find seeds, shovels, and everything you need for growing out. There is a lock container for house building. There's gonna be metal sheets. Metal sheets are very rare in the server, so again, finding them in a lock container is almost the only approach you can find metal sheets. And then, along with those metal sheets, you can find building materials. See, the thing is, each and every one of them have a different theme and point to them.
Yep.
Like, it's not all the same repeated stuff.
I do like the aspect of putting metal sheets behind a sourceable area. That way, for those who want to build their base strong, there is a little bit of work to do. You have to go and travel, and you have to go and get a key, and if you want a surplus of those quality large metal sheets. No, that's cool. Where do you start off? Do you start off inside the city, or do you start off in the wastelands?
You always start off in the wasteland,
Yep.
but you start very close to the city walls. So it's either you choose, should I go in the city and be protected by the security force, meet other people, RP, or should I just risk it all and go in the wasteland?
And
The choice is yours.
And go for a little wander.
Of course, exactly.
So how do I get a job or start a business? Do you have to go through the Discord? Is there someone in game that you have to
Yes.
approach?
At the moment, we are working an entire more in-game approach to almost everything. But for the moment, you would have to go in Discord and make a ticket, and my precious staff team will assist you.
And with your, speaking of your staff, how many staff do you have helping the server and the Discord and that sort of stuff keep running? Because I know role plays tend to have a large network of people to be able to keep, all the little screws and bolts tightened up. How many people are on your team?
Almost 15 people. 15 people.
Jeez.
And still growing.
And still growing. Um,
Yes.
how do
We're
you?
always open to staff applications.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you become part of the staff? Do you have to be on the server for a certain time? Can you just be off the street and apply due to maybe experience of being an admin or RP experience?
Yes, there are basic requirements for applying to the staff team.
Yep.
You have to have at least a combined playtime of the server in game of 5 hours and be in the Discord for a week,
Nice.
and also have a basic knowledge of admin skills, how to admin, to be an admin, how to moderate a Discord. Because in the staff you will start as a moderator and then you will climb your way up food chain.
Nice. So you start off as like low tier and then move your way up to where you're basically helping with the fundamentals of the server.
Exactly.
Very nice. Very nice. We'll move on to your experience. What's your experience with server ownership, coding, roleplay? How long have you been a player on DayZ? How long have you owned a server? And how long have you been interested in roleplay?
Well, pretty much. I've been playing DayZ for almost 5 years now.
Nice.
I've been interested in RP for like 3 years. Back when I saw the first RP server, it was, I'm not gonna name it, of course. I'm not gonna advertise because I did have some bad history with that server. But again,
No, that's fine. That's fine.
happens to the best of us.
Water under the bridge, as
Not
they
try-
say.
Correct. Well, as I played my first RP server, I got the hang of it. And after that, I've been, hopping on servers, and let's say I've been gathering a lot of information. I've been watching their mistakes, what they do best, what they not do best, and I have developed my skill set. 'Cause I've been admin for other servers before I started owning my own. So overall, I developed a general skill set, knowledge, to be able to start up my dream, my DayZ dream of owning my own server. And at the start of this year, January, I finally accomplished my dream, and I have started up Oceanside RP.
No, that's good. You've been in the game for so long. It's funny that a lot of people don't do what you have done, which is sit back, watch what other people are doing, take notes, and then eventually, open up your server. A lot of people tend to dive into server ownership, not knowing what's going on or what it's like. It can be a rough game, but no, that's good. What's your? How did you become addicted to DayZ? How did you get involved 5 years ago?
Well, 5 years ago, of course, I was watching a lot of YouTube, and my favorite YouTuber started playing DayZ, and as I was addicted to his DayZ clips a lot, and it got into a point where I said to myself, how about I should try this? How about I should buy this game and try it? And then when I tried it, let's say that I instantly fell in love. It was love at first sight with me and DayZ. So
Yep, I
Nice.
think
ever
like all of us,
since
that's
ever,
it. Once she's got you, she never lets go.
it is ever since I hopped on the game for the first time, I enjoyed it. So it's been an amazing journey that I had. I first started on PC. I played PC for almost 2 years. After that, when my PC broke down, I started playing on console, and I've been playing on console ever since because I fell in love with console even more. Because PC community can be problematic sometimes. So console, I'm sticking with console now.
It's very interesting you say that.
Love that.
Yeah, we hear that quite often on the podcast that PC is a little bit rough, a bit muddled up, where consoles are a little bit more streamlined and a lot more easier to get a server off the ground. What type of player are you? Are you a PvP hunting shots or are you a survivalist?
Well, I am a survivalist. I can definitely say that.
Yeah, nice. And what was the appeal of roleplay other than a normal DayZ server or something like that? What's special about the roleplay scene?
The roleplay scene in general, or the roleplay scene in my server?
Your server in general, where do you get the passion for roleplay?
Well, I get the passion for roleplay. I don't know if you ever heard someone say this really or not, but I'm going to say it. Before I fell in love with DayZ, I fell in love with The Walking Dead. I fell in love with type of show like The Walking Dead, such as Lost, like these types of shows. Because I'm a heavy TV show fan.
Yep.
So ever since I started watching The Walking Dead, I always liked this type of stuff. And again, on DayZ, the passion of the roleplay comes when I put myself in the body of the player. And when I think of that, then it flips on a switch in me, and then boom, I can be a very amazing roleplayer when that switch gets on. See.
Yeah, okay, nice. So it's just the switching on of the character that gets you right into it.
Exactly, because I am a part-time actor. I've played in a few movies back in Australia,
Ooh.
but I've been an extra, yeah. But still, even as an extra, I learned a thing or two about the acting world and such. Now I'm trying to audition for better roles, My acting career has been slowly growing in real life, and that's how I can be almost one of the best role players in the Xbox community, man.
That's pretty cool, actually. That's that's pretty cool to actually bring your outside experiences inside the game, and I can see where you get the character development would be a large thing for you when it comes to interacting inside your server.
Exactly, that's how I interact with my people. I use my acting skills
Yep.
to portray my character and to bring out the best possible RP.
Nice. Well, looking forward to seeing some of that later on when we dive in. HXC Adventure dives in. Probably not the place to ask, but as we're talking roleplay, has anyone seen Nit's Island, the DayZ film documentary? It's a DayZ film or documentary. No. Any of you guys seen any of that? I've never heard of it. I like that.
No, that's right.
That's it.
Sounds good.
We'll get our resident RP to have a check her out and give us a little rundown next week. You got homework,
Can I come with you, Q?
Yeah. No, you two can sit down with popcorn and
I'll
watch.
come run with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go.
I forget we got 2 RPers.
Yeah.
I'm so rusty on the RP these days, it's not funny. I'm now in bloody
I just know
base
it's
building
I'll,
PvP
I'll
server.
give you some pointers. I'll give you some pointers, Q.
That's it.
You do right with me.
And
Let's do it together.
Undead, you're just confined to the wasteland killing people. That's just that's your calling.
I hop on roleplay every now and then.
Get your RP going.
Yeah,
He
calling
does.
is
He can
He
be a
does.
bodyguard. Look, there was a
I've
reason
seen
back
him
in
on
the day.
Second Dawn.
There's a reason why back in the day I used to keep
Yeah, I'm
Warden
on
around.
Second Dawn.
Because I can't shoot for shit and I need a bodyguard. I've got a replacement sitting over there now.
That's it. A fill-in.
I see. I'm confined to my box.
Oh.
I'm
That's
not
it.
allowed to want to be anything else.
No, you can only be a PvPer, and that's the end. Nothing else. You can never be anything else. Is there anyone you want to shout out to, Red, that's helped you on your way? Either creating the server or the community?
Yes, I have quite a few people to shout out. First off, I want to shout out my community manager, Hibiscus, OTX Hibiscus. Make shout out to him. I want to shout out my co-owner, Fed Jaeger, who is helped me a lot on my journey as a co-owner and teach me a lot.
Nice.
I want to give a big shout out to to Dmitry Volkov, my senior admin. He has been helping me a lot with my in-game aspect of things. He has helped build a lot of the walls needed for the server to function. So he's behind the running things in-game, like what needed to be done in-game staff-wise, he did it. So extremely big shout out to him. And I guess that's it.
Nice,
Shout out
nice.
to my staff team, shout out to the entirety of staff team. Respect for them all. And of course, that's it.
Yep, nice, nice. What about our co-host? Do our co-hosts have any questions for our guest?
Yes,
Indeed.
I have a question.
Lady Ponce, you
I
may
have
fire
a
away.
question.
Ladies first.
Yeah, I beat your cue. Nah, 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 nah. So, Mr. Red, I have been in your Discord for quite some time. So it's from when it goes back to Ashgate. So I've seen just how many, small number of players, well, people that have joined to the big amount of 1,082 people that you have in there at present. What are your advertising skills for new and upcoming Xbox servers? Because you've grown your Discord population in such a super quick time, and I do feel that it can help new people.
100%. I'll just crack the
bringing
new
out
server.
So
Fill me in.
you know what is the secret? Absolutely sleepless nights that I've done together with my co-owner and my senior admin and like some of the moderators. We done like every day for 3 weeks. We did group posts and we brought in almost 750 people just from group posts. I know it may seem unbelievable, but it is true. 750 people documented
So
from that.
what are the group posts from?
That's the looking
Like,
for
where do
group
you
on
post them?
Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah, on
Looking
that's
for a group,
Xbox. That's
yeah.
DayZ on the.
So you've just literally
Well-
found people just doing that? You
Yeah.
haven't got any like other platforms that you post these advertisements
No,
on?
no, I did.
'Cause-
No, sorry. Essentially, I found them on Xbox, but I do have a TikTok that I've done a lot of videos on that I've turned to private because they are from last season.
Yep.
I have a
Right.
TikTok with over 1,000 followers that I usually do live streams on as well, live streams of the server.
Nice.
I have a TikTok that helped me a lot. I also advertised on a few Reddit channels that brought me a few dozen people. But
Yeah.
mainly what helped me was looking for group posts and TikTok. That is the secret. To all the new server owners there, that is the secret. That's the key to success.
Yeah, that looking for group post is just seems to be the fire when it comes to bringing the younger generation of DayZ servers players in, because they don't have Facebook, Reddit. They don't have. They may have TikTok. They may have YouTube. They may have those things, but Facebook advertisement for DayZ, I think, is more of the older generation rather than the newer generation that's starting to come through. So, yeah.
I don't know, because I've personally when I do my advertising, I've never used looking for group posts because I never look at them personally
No, neither
myself.
do I.
So I've never really thought about that.
No.
No, I'd like as soon as you go to load up the game, it's like 7 million people want you to come and play their server. No thanks. I've got one in mind, and I'm happy with the one I've got. Leave me alone. But personally, I like to think people are quite like me because I'm just blunt in your face and I say things how it is. So I don't really use them. I use like Reddit, Facebook. I've got my own TikTok where I post. Well, I actually post quite a lot of my own content from the main RP servers that I've been playing. So I've actually been I've posted a lot for Hell's Reach, and I've also, started doing the same for Second Dawn.
Yep.
Second Dawn's amazing.
Yep.
And also I've got a few videos at the moment waiting to post for my own server. I've got to find some time to actually sort them out to post.
Yeah, that's it. That's the hardest thing. But
perks of being a full-time worker as well as a full-time content creator, advertiser, coder, dev.
That's it.
Oh God, honestly,
that's called too many pies, not enough thumbs.
I'll tell me about it. And then also, joining you as well. I shouldn't even be awake right now. I should be in bed. I've got work tomorrow. But no, I couldn't miss out. I couldn't let you down, Greedy.
No, that's fine. But that's pretty sound advice for, helping your population out. Social media. HXC, I built HXC on Facebook. However, we're all old on there, so that makes sense. Don't you get rid of Dark yet. I'm halfway through Dark. I finish it tomorrow, so that's been fucking a hell ride. Good old Dark. Any more questions for our guest, Mr. Q?
Yeah. So, what if you say that you got server-owned faction that are out in the wastelands torturing people? I'm picking that your OSF security force will be made server-owned as well, or is the way that your new players that come and can join the security force?
No, the OSF is server-owned as well. It is supervised by admins, so it is a
Nice.
server-owned faction. The OSF and the Cannibals are the only server-owned factions per se.
So,
Direct
is
server-owned
there
factions.
is there ways for your player base to be able to eventually join that, or is it mainly set for your moderators and admins?
Join what?
Can I become a cannibal and torture people?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh,
Right,
okay.
So
cool.
what about the OSF? Can random players join that, or is that staff only?
No, it's not staff only. This is not. Yeah, anyone can join it, but you're gonna have to go through a training process and to an interview.
Yeah.
Oh well,
yeah,
that gives good RP content, personally.
That's it.
So normal players can join the OSF.
Yes, they can.
Oh, that's good.
That's
good.
cool. Once again, that's another availability to finding employment. Sometimes you find on RP servers that people get lost because they can't, find a consistent thing to do to be able to join into the community. But if you can employ directly into the police force or the law enforcement agency that takes care of the city, that's pretty cool. A lot of servers tend to keep that on the ban side of it due to corruption.
Well, also, I've found that playing a lot of servers that are similar to that, it's almost impossible to get into joining the security force. So I think it's actually a really cool way to RP. It's different to what most people RP. The
Yeah.
DayZ servers.
Well, my server is different, man. I'm trying to do a different approach to things because I've been in so many RP servers, and I can definitely promise and guarantee you my concept may be similar, may be called a cliche by some haters, but my approach with my server is completely different, man.
Yeah,
Something
nice.
that probably you haven't seen. So,
What makes it different to all the others?
well, the features that I planned out, but mainly it is the map and the way how lenient we can be, and the way how we can pretty much let the people have the freedom to craft out their own RP stories and to craft out their own RP fantasy world. Because see, if you want to be a worker, if you want to be an OSF, you can to secure the city. If you want to be a bandit, if you want to be a robber, you can be a robber. If you want to be a farm owner, have your farm, have your cows, have animals, have your crops, then you can have that. So we are pretty much um we encourage you to craft out your own RP story. We are a lenient server, but RP it is not encouraged. RP is mandatory in the server, and no mics are a strict rule. So microphones are a strict rule. We mutes are hardly allowed. There are some exceptions though on mutes.
Mutes.
What are the exceptions for mutes?
People who can't who don't have a mic but still want to play just run around becoming a mute. Sign language.
Yeah. So yeah, me and my staff are thinking of jobs for mutes. We're thinking of ways
That's it. Be a
to have them do
signpost.
something. So.
Just point.
Oh yeah, you just gave me an idea, Greedy.
Yeah, that's a crack up. But that's
So you,
it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Sorry,
go Lady
Greedy.
Pons. No, go Lady Pons.
so you know, with you saying that, like, people get their own, like, freedom to create their own RP journey and stuff. If they wanted to be a farmer and have animals and stuff, how are they going to get that? Like, do you guys implement customs for people?
See, our thing with customs is we encourage the people to build out their own stuff, but the only thing we do custom for is large factions that are over 10 people.
Nice.
Larger faction over 10 people get a free custom base along with their clothing spawn of choice. We do not spawn in guns. So
So you can
you
have your
get as a
faction
large
and your
faction.
outfit.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, nice. Very,
But
very
you need a
nice.
minimum of 10 active people for that.
That's hectic. That's a lot of people.
It is manageable. I've seen
Yeah.
bigger factions, mate.
Yeah. I used to run a 36. I'll never go back to more than fucking 4, 5.
Yeah, a lot of people can tend to not be that easy.
100%.
Yeah, that's definitely difficult. Back in the days, Oasis, it was 7, 8, or 9 when it was the war, and that was just two sides. So it's basically the whole player base was split in two. So you're dealing with a war faction of like 50 people. It's fucking insane.
That is nuts.
Exactly, man.
Fucking that is nuts. Any more questions for our guests? Anyone else got any more to lay down? Fire away.
There
Nope,
was a
all good.
mechanic or feature in the game that you could personally add, what would it be? There'd be graphical, or have use. What would you want to see in DayZ?
Oh, nice.
The main thing that I want to see in DayZ is air vehicles. I
Helly's
am
for the
a-
W.
Yes,
for the
Helly's for
dust.
the Helly's for the W. I would like my security force to ride around in choppers and attack helicopters.
Fuck yeah.
But mainly in DayZ, I would like to see more options in the DayZ editor. More creativity given to the coders out here. I'm a coder myself. I self-taught myself everything about XML and JSON and DayZ editor. I self-taught myself everything using tutorials from YouTube. But I want to see DayZ and then Bohemia giving us more options, giving us more tools for us to build our own custom stuff. And again, I would like to see more options on vehicles. I'm a heavy car guy. I would like to see more cars. I would like to see some sports cars. I would like to see a bus out there for factions.
Yeah, the party bus.
That's it. Bring on the party bus.
A party bus.
Or what we'll incorporate as the peasants tour bus for servers. That'll be a stock standard
Exactly.
for
That would
every.
be amazing.
That's it. Just come in, get the tour bus, have the owner at the front. Now on your left-hand side, this is the Northwestern Airfield bunker. Here you'll find explosives and guns.
Oh,
I'll even wear the
But if you
skirt.
want to get out, here, you have to jump out because
That's
I'm not
it.
stopping.
This bus
because
doesn't
it's
stop.
KOS.
Due to KOS, the bus does not
KOS.
stop. Please leap off at your desired location.
Good fucking luck. I'm not stopping.
Yeah, that's it. Red, the Queen would like to know if you could add a onesie into the game, what would it be?
What? What do you mean? What do you mean a onesie? Sorry.
So, like a costume or a giant suit. So you know how they have the dinosaurs that you actually dress up into, and it blows up like a giant dinosaur. Or they have so many varieties these days. If you could have a
Yeah,
costume,
because it would be pajamas.
that's it. Pajamas. It could be
Anything.
it could be anything. What would you like to see as a onesie in DayZ? What does Red want to patrol his
onesie.
town dressed up as?
T-34 power armor from Fallout 4.
Mech suit.
That's what I want to see. Power armor.
The DayZ
you know, that's one of
styles.
the best answers I've heard.
Yeah,
That's fucking cool.
100%.
I would like to patrol around my city in a power armor with a modified voice, with a voice alterer, with a very deep voice,
That's it.
and just say, go out in announcements at my PA system, do my announcements, all in a power armor.
That's it. I have to find a truck battery to keep it going.
Give the
Yeah.
security force
That's it.
power armor.
Power Armor Security Force. Attention, citizens. This is
What
The
is
power
it, the Brotherhood
armor.
of Steel?
That's it. The Brotherhood
Yeah.
of the
Exactly.
Ocean.
The Sons of the Ocean.
That's it. Sons of the Ocean instead of Anarchy. All right. Anyone in the crowd got any questions for our guest? If not, we will move on to any business from our co-hosts. If any co-hosts have any business they would like to rattle off while we wait for the questions. It's been
No business.
Yeah. If anyone plus is watching, it's Father's Day. I'm not getting it on today. Please don't raid my base. I only just got it set up yesterday.
Father's Day amnesty. Father's Day amnesty.
Let's go raid it after this.
That's it.
Does.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm sure I can
It's
find
alright,
some.
You'll never find me.
Yes.
So it's in a
Not saying I
prison.
live on-
Yeah, that's it.
No, hell no.
Copa prison.
Bases are on that server. That's all taken.
Yeah.
No, I'm more unique. I'm more of a pirate style base this time.
So the server he's talking about is ABC DayZ's plus servers. There's 70 plus. on Chinaris and Livonian are 50 on Sakau. European server that just goes absolutely off. Been running
That's
since
insane.
basically I started streaming and has not taken their foot off the gas. Buzzman does an absolute fucking
what.
legendary job.
It's the only server that I'll ever sit in the queue and wait to play. And I've never ever done that. For some reason, it's just got me addicted.
It's got you addicted
Yeah.
heavily.
It's brought Yachty back.
Yeah, brought
Yachty
Yachty back.
Yeah.
Yachty's back. So after the podcast, we're going to jump across to Oceanside RP, have a little run for an hour or so. Red, do you want to add anything to the end of the show or any final sign-offs before we close it all down?
Yes, I would like to give a final note to my server and to any possible new members that might join because of the podcast. I want to say that my server is welcoming all kinds of players, all types of players. We, of course, do not tolerate racism, sexism, homophobia, or any kind of stuff, and that is a bannable offense on the spot. We as a server, we encourage, and we like I said before, RP is mandatory, and if you have any, we also encourage existing factions that can be grandfathered into the lore and can be grandfathered into the server. And we are an open world that you can create and live your own RP fantasy that even the staff might encourage you to do so. There is a vast open world. There is over 55 POIs to discover. There are 2 bunkers. There are over 8 locked, a bunch more. So,
Nice.
a living, breathing world, full on, and possibly in the top 10 best custom maps that I ever did, that I ever personally built. Took me 8 months to finish off Oceanside RP. So, if any one of you would like at least to check it out, maybe like it, maybe not, it is definitely worth a check out.
Nice.
So, definitely, it is a very unique project, and we have the money to keep it going for years now. So this, I can assure you, each and every one of you on this podcast right here, this will not die. This will keep on for years and years until I do not live anymore. So, this was me, Raymond Reddington, or Ray in real life. And I want to invite all of you to check out my work that I've been wasting my nights, that I've been messing up my sleep schedule for.
I've been grinding the shit out of.
Exactly.
100%.
If you want to see the work of someone who hasn't slept 5 nights in a row for a DayZ server, I invite you to Oceanside RP.
Yeah, sweet as.
That
There
was
you go.
all.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, we're going to end our show like we usually do, and we do a little one-on-one event. And since you're a survivalist, we're going to pitch you against our survivalist, Mr. Q. So if you want to join us behind us down this way,
Of course.
this is our little 1v1 arena that's put up for our guests and our co-hosts. So what I'll get you to do, I'll get you to jump into here, grab yourself as many guns and armor as possible, and then head down to the end of the chute and just wait by the gate. And then once everybody's ready, we will unleash you to verse our survivalist, Mr. Q.
Alright, sounds perfect to me.
Go suit up. Bashing each other.
That
No,
was fucking
this way. Down
terrifying.
this little hole.
Where should I be suiting up?
Down
Where
here.
should I be suiting up? Yeah. Sorry.
You're good, you're good. Just fall your way down that gap.
Here?
Yep. You'll see the guns on the wall.
All right.
And you'll see the armor and stuff a little further up. And then a little further up, you'll see the gate.
Perfect.
Look at these two.
Who are you betting on?
Yep. Just stay there while I walk all over you for my view. When you're ready.
I'm betting on Q. Don't let us down, Q.
That's it. When you're
I'd bet on Q. I'd bet on Q. Oh wait, I'm in Whisper. I'd bet on Q. You got this, brother.
All right. Red versus Q. Start your predictions.
Nice. Nice.
So Red, once you've
Still getting
selected
ready here.
yeah, once you've selected your gun, if you move further away from the guns up the top, you'll see a little gate. You just stand by the gate, and then when we say go, open up, and it's last man standing. Watch your step. There are quite a few gaps.
I got faith in Q. I don't got that much
Alrighty.
faith in Q. Good Lord, Ponce.
Go big or go home.
Go big or
Just
go
saying.
home.
Yeah, go big or go home. Good God.
But after the podcast is finished, we're going to take a little 5-minute break, and then we're going to jump into Oceanside for a little run. We've got about an hour or so before we have to go and do our thing. Comrade, Captain of Oceanside Security Force here, and can I say the server has huge potential. Oh, you got your captain from the security force. Duma
Oh, yeah?
Zakova. Comrade.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Captain Duma Zakova.
That's it, Duma Zakova.
Big shout out to him.
We'll be seeing you
Shout out to
gonna
my captain.
be coming in and jumping in, Cap, for a little run after we've finished. No, that's all invisible. All right, you see the gate? All right.
Greedy is Jesus.
Are you ready? No, Red, you got to stay inside the gate. Inside the gate. Inside the gate.
Yep, close.
That's
the
it.
Gate, close the
All
door.
right. Close the door. All right, so on go. Gates come open, and it's a fight to the death. Watch your step. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it on. We have Red on the right, Q on the left. Survivalists. Punching on.
Got this, Q. Fuck him up.
That's it. Come on, Red. Get in the queue. He tends to fall off the stage anyway.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Oh,
Oh!
Nice.
oh, he's gonna get up soon. He's gonna get up.
Got him.
Red, you're still up.
Gotta get him, Q.
Oh!
Yeah, good job, Q.
Go Q. Go
Congratulations,
Yeah.
buddy. Good job.
That's it.
Q. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's it. Kill them. You can kill them. You get the opportunity now. Q, go on a rampage and kill all them. Ladies and gentlemen,
Don't kill
that
me.
is our show done and dusted. Mr. Q is the victory. We'd like to thank Red from Oceanside RP for coming out and giving us a rundown on his server. Absolute legend. If you want to get involved in the server and you want to dive in, here is the Discord. The application was quite easy.
Fuck you!
He's on a rampage.
Ew.
He's on a rampage. That's it.
Taste blood, Peasent. It tastes blood.
That's fine.
You're next. Goodbye.
Happy Father's Day. But, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave it there. We'll be back in 5 to jump on the server. If you want to join us, you are more than welcome to. Oceanside RP. Dive into it. Give me 2 seconds. We'll be back. Cool. Let me in the fucking city. Scary out here.
Hello. You guys hear me?
100%.
My God, what is happening?
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Welcome.
mister. Can we have your name?
My name is Mo D.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Modi. Would you like to come inside the city of Oceanside?
100%. I don't like my chances out here.
Alright,
Loving the
alright. Just
trench
because
coat, Mr.
today we are
Victory.
offering a special program, and you are the first one to join on the program. We are going to give you a free tour of the city.
I appreciate that. I am only new. And I've been living at the city that's a little bit further down at Electra. I've heard that this city is the place to be safe, to be protected.
Sort of, but you know the entire wasteland, it is full of infected, and the only city that is infected free and it has some sort of protection, it is us. So we are your best shot at surviving.
Nice. Love to come in then.
Alright, now please stand aside as I'm going to open up for you and my guards are going to watch over you, okay?
High security. I don't mind a little high security.
Of course.
Sometimes we are strict about our security, yes.
But no, the trench coat, I'll be rocking on the podcast every week.
Yeah, I can hear. Hope you're not gonna.
Captain Zakova is still here.
Yep.
Alright. Mr. Mo, I invite you to the city. Step inside.
Nice.
Making sure no
Uh,
one's. Alright.
now, are you going to be do you want to conduct a search, please?
Yep, what do you want me to do?
Alright. Mr. Mo,
we'll
can you
need
please
you-
just drop all your stuff, please?
No. First off, you have handcuffs, right? Handcuff
yes, I do.
Mr. Mo, and look for any signs of contraband, please.
Please stand still, sir. You. Alright.
I usually only like being handcuffed in private time, but I can make an exception for a good-looking soldier like yourself.
Hey, whoa.
It's outside. It's outside the walls.
He's
We tend to not care that much.
Oh, Mr. Mo, you are clear of contraband.
Thank
You
very
are
much.
now
Please drop the
free to
handcuffs when
explore.
you get them.
But of course, we will be giving you a guided tour. Now, please follow me, the Chancellor. Alright, now, this is the checkpoint area, as you might have noticed. On the left here, we have a work in progress construction. The cranes are working actively non-stop on some new structures. But this right here is the heart of the city, the Chancellor's Tower. This is where I live, Mr. Mo.
Very nice.
And that is the famous Chancellor statue. That is supposed to be me right there.
I can see the look-alike. They definitely got it
Yeah.
down to the... your hat's a little off, but...
Yeah. The hat is a little off, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Come on, now follow us down here.
This is
on
a
this side, Mr.
RP server called Oceanside.
Now, on this tour, I will also be telling you the construction in progress, because we have a lot of construction. So we recently expanded our construction crew of the city. This is going to be the new general store of the city. This is where it's going to be located. We are hoping for it to be done in the next 2 or 3 days.
Nice. So the
Right here
the
is the
city's
famous
still
monument.
heavily under development.
Not heavily. It is partly done, but we're working.
I could see someone doesn't know how to fly a plane, doesn't know where the airport is.
Yeah, this is the famous Crash Hotel.
Crash Hotel. I love it.
And this, I don't know if this might interest you. This is a job spot. This is the press headquarters, Mr. Mo.
Nice.
If you got any skills on with podcasts, with interviews, this is the perfect place. This is the radio show. Right here is the radio host.
Local
Step
media.
inside, please. You are allowed. You can step inside. It's okay. This is the interviewer. This is the interviewer area.
And how
Sorry?
often does the radio station activate?
Well, we currently do not have a radio station host for it, so it is vacant. It is a
Nice.
vacant spot.
One of the jobs that someone can come in and do. I know there's always a fascination for DJs and radio hosts on especially in cities.
Here we have the gear of the press
official official press vests. Very nice.
Of course. So this was the radio station. Now let's go to one of the more beautiful attractions. This is going to be the theme park, the amusement park. There is going to be a stage here, and we are going to have a host. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is going to be the new theme park, amusement park, and there is going to be a big stage here, and we're going to host Oceanside Got Talent, our new show.
Nice.
So it's going to be OGT, Oceanside Got Talent.
Nice. So a little entertainment for the people. And how often
Yes,
will OGT get off? Will it be a weekly event? Will it be a monthly event?
Weekly event every Friday.
Nice. Come down and crack a few beers and watch the people perform.
This is the restaurant. Unfortunately, I do not know the code, and this needs to be blown open because the previous owners died, were killed in action. Yeah, but this is going to be open to the public very soon, Mr. Mo. So if you like alcohol, if you like pasta, this is the Italian restaurant.
I'm a big fan of alcohol.
Needs.
A big fan of alcohol. As a man on
If
the
you're a
street.
big fan of alcohol, that's the spot to you.
Yeah, as a
That's
man
the
on the
spot for
street,
you.
a beer a day keeps the depression away.
Doctor away. Oh yeah. Well, let me walk you to the general store, which should be.
Believe me, Mr. Mo, there's not
The
much
current
depression
store.
around Oceanside.
Not much depression. Everyone's happy
No.
campers.
Oh yeah.
It's good to high morale is always
Happy
good
campers all
in
around.
a city.
Mr. Mo, this is going to be the fishing park that is currently under development and soon to be finished. So right here, everyone will gather in. This is going to be the beach and also fishing, the fishing beach.
Nice.
Going to be a very fun little spot, hangout spot.
I'm a big fan of fishing. It's helped me survive quite a number of years.
Oh,
The ocean provides. The ocean provides.
Oh.
Exactly, Mr. Mo, exactly. This is going to be the... So this is going to be the neighborhood. Oh, guards. Thank you, guards.
There we go.
Yeah, this is not supposed to be happening right now.
There we go.
We're still
Got a breach?
figuring out. Yeah, we got a small breach that we're going to cover. But essentially, we are a zombie-free city.
Nice.
This right here
I
is
see
going to
you
be the
have
neighborhood for this is
exceptional
going to be the
guards
chill.
anyway.
Yes, our guards are very good at doing their jobs.
Of course.
But, Mr. Mo, if you're more of the chill type of person, this is going to be the new constructed neighborhood. That is going to be for only peaceful purposes, and crime is going to not be allowed here at all. So,
Ooh.
This is going to be the chill neighborhood, per se. The farming spot. We're gonna be finding a lot of farmers here, fishermen.
Gated
and
city,
so on.
a gated community. High security.
Yes, this is going to have higher security than usual.
Very nice.
Now, and this,
Oh, Lord.
Mr. Mo, is the current store. Sorry. This is the current store that we have in motion. Excuse me for that. Excuse me again.
There you go. Oh, there's another one.
Mr. Mo, if you can see
Oh,
through these
very
windows, we
nice.
have a very amazing store set up.
Got this one up here.
We have an exceptional store set up. So, if you ever find yourself with a lot of money, this is a place for you to be spending your money.
100%. It seems you've got an active trader too. Running around the place.
Oh yeah, this is our store security guard, making sure the store doesn't get robbed.
Could I have a Mosin, please? No.
He's fired.
He's fine. Poor service.
Poor service. Mr. Mo, if you're thirsty, I invite you, and if you're hungry, I invite you to take a can of food, please.
Yeah, 100%. I've already
Complimentary can of food.
I've already taken a complimentary can of food.
Oh, okay, okay.
There was 4.
Well, you've seen the more chill area of the city. Now I'm going to give you a tour of the, let's say, higher end area of the city. Okay.
I see.
And I'm also.
I see
Oh,
the burning building
sorry.
is quite a light over there, providing heat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're applying a lot of heat. But now I'm going to show you the main attraction. I think which you're probably going to like a lot. The OSF base, the OSF headquarters.
Oh, nice. This is the
I,
OSF is the security that take care of the city, aren't they?
yes, they're the ones behind
The
you.
2 gentlemen
Don't
behind
worry,
me.
I got your back.
Oh, that's fine. No.
They are protecting us.
Yeah, 100%. As I said, did a fantastic job. I'm not even in any worry about anything.
Hope you like their service, Mr. Mo.
100%. 100%.
Now we're entering the high-end area. And also, I forgot to tell you, we also have a law system. And this is the courthouse.
Nice.
So, in your experience playing being in our other cities, other settlements, please tell me, have you ever seen a courthouse like this? Step in. I can put my hand in fire that you did not see a courthouse like this.
That's
ever.
cool.
They're late.
Tell me, have you seen something like this before?
Very nice. No. I even got the jury.
You can step in.
And who's the judge or who runs the judicial proceedings?
For now, I'm the interim judge
Yep.
until we find a suitable judge.
Yeah, nice.
I'm the interim now.
And it's the security team that run the prosecution side of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
And now, Mr. Mo, we're officially in the high-end quarter of the city.
It's where all the fancy pants people are, eh? Sorry, I'm not a fan.
Exactly.
I've been a man of the streets. I've been looked down on the high end, so people who
Well-
are living in the high end of life tend to disgust me, especially in an apocalypse.
Each and every
Same
one
goes
of us
here.
have their own taste.
100%.
So
Well, I
now
agree with the
you're going
visitor.
to step inside the most protected area out of the entire city. Welcome to the OSF headquarters.
Very nice. And OSF is directly under the government that runs the city,
Yes.
or their own little side faction.
They're under the government. They are the official city security force. They're not their separate
nice.
entity. They respond to me. See, they respond to me.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
answer
that
to me.
under the government's, that's cool.
So as you can see, as an extra security measure, we got checkpoints in every entry, so no threats can be formed.
Yep. Have you had a revolt in the
As
city?
you can see. What?
Have you had a revolt in the city where you've had to use force or had to incorporate these lovely gentlemen to create peace?
Well, not yet. No, we only had only good stuff happen to the city.
No,
Only had good interactions.
that's good. That's good.
Even though it won't take much.
Yeah, 100%. I could see it be quite volatile sometimes. You know, cabin fever, confined into the walls. Especially bringing contraband in and stuff like that.
Oh, believe me, no one is getting inside this city without getting searched. So contraband probably won't be an issue. If there's anything we can do about it.
And if someone does something wrong, they get to me.
Nice.
And this, Mr. Mo, is also a very important area because this is the boat racing. This is where the boat racing is gonna happen. Gonna be boat races.
In the canals, sick.
Exactly. These are the canals, and the boat races are gonna happen here.
Yeah, nice. Very, very nice. The city's very well structured and mapped out. How do you become a resident?
Definitely. A resident?
Yeah. Is there an application
You have
to
to
become
buy a
resident?
home. There are
Yeah.
no. There's no applications. There's just and in here there's going to be short 5 questions, and then you can buy a home, and then you're all set ready to go. Because we don't care about bureaucratic stuff when it comes down to the surviving. When it comes down to surviving, we care about the people, and we want as many people under our roof than people to be dying. So
Yep.
we're not
It's about protecting the people
not trying to have people dying.
rather than
Yeah,
losing the world's population.
correct. We're trying to keep the population here.
Me personally, I'm getting the food from the trees, so people can still grab some food from the spawns.
Nice.
From the what?
From the
The
trees.
trees. Here,
Yeah.
apples.
This is the compound where we source our automobiles for the security force.
Nice. Got your own own garage and stuff. Help you get around. The city is quite
Yes.
large, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. It is very large.
Definitely required some transport to patrol the joint, especially in large events or when you have your OGT.
OGT is going to be a very crowded event. So again, this is going to be the most expensive homes. This is going to be a small gated community.
Yep.
And
And how do you
the-
earn currency? Is it through trading or through work or?
We have dollars. We have bank accounts.
Yep.
We have a bank system. So
Nice. Have your own currency
and you
here
can
in
earn
the
the
city.
money through the jobs. Yes.
Nice.
This area is going to be something very special that's about to come. It's classified for now, but it's going to be something amazingly done.
Nice. I do like that, the glow off the building. Well, if I'm gonna have to, get a residency here, I better go get some, tradable goods. Maybe
Of course. Any questions you have for us? Anything you want to know?
you know, is there any advice going out into the, outside the city? I mean, I came here because things got a little rough. But if I was to go out and protect myself, where do you think the best place to go from city entrance is? North, south, east, west?
Probably north.
Mr. Mo,
North
I
would
would
be
give
the
you a
best.
heads up. Going towards Electro. I have heard whispers of a little group that's up in the mountains. They are suspected to be cannibals.
Ah,
We should
right.
still discuss this.
This is the reason I left the city, because there were rumors of cannibals over at the city to the east. This is why I come here for at least a better protection. There are no cannibals here.
No. Cannibalism is resulted in public execution.
Oh, nice.
That's the punishment.
Nice. Can't stand the gigglers. Many nights I had to spend hiding and listening to their laughs in the dark. Well, I appreciate you guys giving me an escort around town, but I think I need to go and obtain some non-contraband goods from outside the walls and head back to my stash and grab my stuff and then form residents of this beautiful, beautiful protected city.
If you want, Mr. Mo, so we can get it all done with, we can interview you for the residency.
I could do that.
If you want, of course.
Well, I better go get my stuff first. Knowing this current stage in the world, I don't want to interview her for a residency until I'm actually back. There's no point you holding up a
Oh,
house
so you want
for
to
a
get
dead
outside the
man.
walls?
Yeah, I gotta go back to Electro and grab a stash, grab my gear, come back. I'm pretty impressed with how secure this place is. This is another man who lived on the streets for many, many years, homeless, having my own establishment, and being able to be secure is probably the tops of my lists. I think this city will
Of
definitely satisfy what I need.
Of course, the city is satisfying each and every one of the people's needs.
That's what it's all about.
Because
so,
we are a city for the people. We are not about filling our own pockets. We're about making sure the population is big.
And do I just come down at City Hall if I want to apply for a housing residency?
Technically, for now, you'd have to come at the OSF base.
Okay. I'll take a trip down to my
So,
stuff.
come down there.
And then I'll come back to the gates.
If you...
I see you had a list of contraband on the actual front of the gate, so I know what not to bring in.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, sweet.
So watch out for that contraband list.
Yeah, 100%.
If you... holding contraband in the city is of course equals to arrest, but... Again, please watch out and do not make the mistake on going on entering the city through the tunnel, because people who try to go through the tunnel are gonna get killed on sight.
Oh, okay, done. So only through the main
Yes, you're going to
entryway
get the gun down.
that we came in.
Exactly. The only legit way of entering Oceanside is through the main gate, which is the only entrance and exit.
Couple of residents.
Would you like to exit the city now, Mr. Mo?
Oh yeah, especially while the gate's open.
Where are the gates? Who is this?
It's me. I announced in OOC chat that the gates are going to be open for letting newcomers in and out the city.
Your OSF?
Yes, hence why I know the code
Okay.
and the kit I've got on. But did
course.
anybody figure out who's changing all the codes though? Because it's driving me bonkers, honestly.
Nobody's changing any codes, pal.
Yeah, no, I have the mechanic shop, but just gonna hand to someone else, and they just kind of changed over the codes.
Yeah, we're going
Someone's
to
changed-
fix that. Okay.
Oh,
Let's close down the border now.
Yeah.
Mr. Mo, have a very nice trip.
we'll see you later, fellas. Appreciate
Yeah,
the
you too.
hospitality. We'll be back with my gear.
We appreciate your visit.
Had the gate open and everything. That was cool. Contraband. Technically known as cocaine.